Frankly Horse Racing. It's Wednesday today, so we're doing this video a couple days early, but this is for Saturday, the 10th race at Churchill Downs at 1 mile and 3/8 on the turf, the Chorleywood Stoakes, if I pronounced that correctly. We're going to do a quick rundown, quick look at it, and see what we think is going to happen here. As always, let's look at the pace projector here. I don't see anything too crazy on the picture. 3 is going to be the closer and probably the favorite in this race here. But let's see by the numbers. Whoops. On the pace rating. As you can see, it's mostly a closing field. But when you get to these longer turf races, that's not a surprise. So I'm going to keep an eye to see if there's any scratches between the 1 or the 6. Because like today at Churchill, they let a horse out on the turf at pretty easy fractions, and they could never catch up. So a bit of a shot won that race. But the 1 and the 6 have about a 20-point advantage over the 10 and below on the front end. And in these distance races, if I can find myself a good front end horse, I really like that if there's a scratch and he's allowed to go out there and dictate the pace. So let's get into this, take a look, and then we'll go over our selections. Number 1 is Lord Bullington. He is a 4-year-old, and I think improving, but he's taken steps back even though he won last race. He got out there and was able to hold on the front end. He's going to have to step up at this class and to beat these horses. But you can see Ben Curtis is 50% with McCarthy so far this year. So keep an eye on that horse. Let's look at number 2, Tappet Shoes. Tappet Shoes was running pretty good in the Poly earlier this year. On the turf, I'm going to throw that last race out. I still think Tappet Shoes has to take a very large improvement in this race. So if Tappet Shoes beats me, then I'll probably lose. He'll need a good pace to run into. But at this point, by the numbers and handicapping him, I don't like him on the win end. Let's look at Utah Beach. Utah Beach has been on fire. I loved him 2 races back, got him at 11-1. Last race, I didn't nearly use him as hard as I should have, but I liked him and Verstappen together, so the exacta was decent. I was okay with it. But right now, he's going to be coming from the back. If you saw the pace protector, it says he's going to be coming last out there, but we'll see it all. It's going to depend a little bit on the ride by Chaminade, if I pronounce that correctly. But right now he's running great. He's running 21-26. He's improving every race. And as a 5-year-old, that's pretty cool to see. Let's move on to number 4, Rebel Red. Rebel Red has some back numbers. 2 back, he did pretty good. You know, the stumble last time, the steady check, whatever it was, I'm going to go ahead and put a line through that. So I see an improving horse. A 5-year-old improving horse could take a step forward. But I don't like him on the win end here, but I really think he can tickle for the show area there and maybe sneak into the place. But whenever you got Cherie DeVoe and Jose Ortiz together, you definitely need to take it seriously. Let's look at GoldenEye. GoldenEye is a 6-year-old. Ken McPeak, I think he's seen his faster days in the past. I don't know. Ken's not great first time getting these, and he's doesn't have a whole lot of turf numbers, so we'll have to see how he runs. I don't see any skew either way, front end or back end. So to me, I've only got 1 or 2 decent numbers in the past, but they're not good enough to win. So I've got to have this horse kind of beat me. I'm not going to use him. So we'll go from here to Lambeth, who is going to be hitting the turf. Let's see if he's ever hit the turf before. Nope, never been on the turf before. I didn't think so. Does have really good speed for the front. So if another front end horse, the 1, let's say, scratches, you know, he's got good turf breeding. It's an arrogant horse. I really think you need to keep an eye on this one here. And I'm going to. And Saturday, I'm going to have to make a game time decision depending on what scratches we see out there. But do not forget the 6. He may be controlling speed out there. Number 7 is Anglophile. Anglophile is running in the mid 120, so he's got about a 122 the last couple times, and at Keeneland and Aqueduct, so he's done it at 2 different places. He's improving number-wise. He's never topped out as high as Utah Beach, but there's no reason he can't take another step forward for Brian Lynch. So we will see how he runs, but I like the pattern he's on right now. Let's move on to number 8, Highway Robber. Highway Robber probably will be my shot of the day, or my long shot. He's coming in running against Spirit of St. Louis and Mercante. Spirit of St. Louis did not get a good ride, I don't think, and a good trip last time. Integration, the two that ran out of this same race ran well, and Mercante came back and won, and he got a higher number than Utah Beach did on the time form basis. So I am definitely liking this horse to have a decent chance at decent prices. And last year, he padded some pretty good numbers together. So I think Highway Robber is one to keep an eye on. Verstappen, opening at 10-1, kind of surprised me because he's been so consistent. He does tend to give it up at the end, but hey, you never know when a horse might get brave, and he's run very good over the last two back. He was too close to the pace and wasn't able to hold, so that's why I really looked hard at him last time. And I think I may have used him a little more than Utah Beach, but I wrapped those two up. But Utah Beach ran him down and looked fantastic. But I would definitely say if you get Verstappen at 10-1, you got to take a chance there. And the last one is number 10, Sugoi, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You've got Saez and Maker. This is a horse, he's topped out at a 121, but he's beat Verstappen before. So he's one I'm going to use for probably tries and supers, but you never know, it might jump up. But I think he's got to, right now in where we're at in the year, I think he's got to take a step up to be able to win this. So let's go back and take a look at my selection. So my selections in this race, which is the 10th race at Churchill Downs on Saturday, is the 8 is my long shot, but I like the 3. I think you got to beat Utah Beach the way he is running right now. If I can get anywhere, they're opening at 7-2. If I can get him anywhere around 3-1 to 7-2, I'd be tickled pink and definitely take a pretty decent shot with him. So the 3, the 8, Highway Robber, is going to be my shot of the day, or my long shot. And then under that, I'm probably going to use the 7. I've got the 7, 8, 9, Anglophile, and Verstappen to maybe get a chance in there. And then you've got the Rebel Reds and an Anglophile. I think I already said him in second, so I really wasn't sure do I want to keep him in second and third or not. So it doesn't matter to me because my key is going to be the 3, and I'm going to use them pretty decently in exactives first and second with my top couple horses. So anyway, if you have any comments, please let me know. We'll see how this race turns out. And don't forget, if you got a feeling and you really like somebody, no matter what I may say or anybody else, don't let it change your mind, because you don't want to be that guy we've all been. Dang it, I liked him, but I didn't bet him that day. But it's good to hear other opinions, because it might make you see something that you may not have before. So have a great day. Take care of yourself. I hope you have a good week and a good week at the horses. Please like and subscribe and let others know, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.